In a tweet today, the White House asked its followers to submit examples of being censored or silenced because of online political bias. The tweet takes users to a White House page where they can submit examples of being suspended, banned, or fraudulently reported for unclear violations of user policies. That, as the White House has also said today, that it would not sign an international accord called the Christchurch Call that commits countries and tech companies to be more vigilant about social media and fighting extremism and terrorism. The administration citing free speech concerns. But is this White House taking extremism and hate online seriously? Because experts say it is a growing problem and one that needs to be stopped. CNN's Sarah Seidner has a story.
Total of 8 downs, 1 rescued at this time. We need armor.
The deadliest anti-Semitic attack in American history last year shocked the world. It also triggered something shocking online. More people in the U.S. conducted anti-Semitic Google searches the days following the attack than any other time in the preceding 12 months. That is one of the alarming trends we found when CNN investigated what happens online after an attack based on hate. There was also a spike in anti-Semitic searches following the latest synagogue shooting in Poway, near San Diego. While the world mourned the loss of 11 Jews shot to death while praying at the Tree of Life synagogue in Pittsburgh by a suspect with white nationalist ideals, users took to Google and searched for "Jews must die" and "Kill Jews" and "I hate Jews" at a much higher rate than on average, CNN found. Chatter on sites like 4chan and 8chan, which are havens for anti-Semitism and bigotry, revealed another trend: no sympathy for victims. Hyper-focus on the shooter, who is either depicted as a saint, give him a medal, one post reads, or a failure because he didn't kill enough Jews.
There seems to be a formula, right? After a massacre, we see white supremacists embracing the attack as someone who has engaged in violence against the system.
Joanna Mendelson is a senior investigative researcher for the Anti-Defamation League's Center on Extremism.
What we have now are attacks that are not only designed to kill, but they're designed to be replicated online. They're designed with that in mind to be spread like wildfire, to spread their poison across the internet and to inspire others.
It is working. The 19-year-old Poway synagogue shooting suspect and the 46-year-old suspect in the Pittsburgh killings both repeated poisonous rhetoric being spewed on an 8chan forum, or Gab, which has become a bastion of bigotry. The suspected gunman in Poway posted praise for 8chan just before the shooting, saying, "I've only been lurking for a year and a half, yet what I've learned here is priceless. It's been an honor." 8chan was also used by the suspect in the worst mass shooting of Muslims in New Zealand. The gunman linked to his manifesto and to Facebook, where he live-streamed the massacre. The Poway suspect tried to copy his tactics, but his live-stream failed. On its Twitter account, 8chan claims they deleted the post 9 minutes after it was published. There are only screen caps available, and no archives exist since the post was deleted so quickly. But other calls to violence remain. In the latest congressional hearing on domestic terrorism, Republican House member Mike Rogers asked the Department of Homeland Security about how to deal with Gab and 8chan.
Do you have any recommendations for what can be done to address the viral hate speech and incitement of violence found on fringe sites like 8chan and Gab? And that's for any of you. Y'all don't have any suggestions for us? That's scary.
Sir, sir, I would add
we can't make policy without good advisement.
George Salim says therein lies one of the problems. The other is funding to fight homegrown radicalization. Salim led the Countering Extremism Violence Task Force at the Department of Homeland Security. He worked under Presidents Bush, Obama, and for a few months, President Trump.
In the first 7 months of this administration, there continued to be a decimation of the people, resources, and prioritization placed on the federal government programs, specifically at DHS, that were aimed at addressing and intervening in the process of radicalization.
DHS says there are tens of millions of dollars in funding to fight domestic terrorism. For Salim's former office at DHS, though, funding numbers show the budget dropped from more than $21 million in 2017 to $2.3 million in 2019. Ultimately, experts who investigate hate say the trend towards violence is being fueled online, and more must be done to stop it.